So I wanted to quickly talk about burnout and when it comes to having YouTube channel tips and ways to avoid that and to make sure that your mental health is where it needs to be to maintain your channel and also your real life. Because let's be honest, this is a lot. Editing, going live, recording, it's all a lot. I did this essentially for 4 years without a break. And I was pushing so hard to get to 3,500 and we hit it. And then I just had this like feeling of, oh man, what was all this for? Like, I can't buy as many figures as I used to. The economy is crap. I have all these ideas and I every time I want to sit down and do it, something, aka myself, gets in the way and doesn't let me do it. So I had to take a break. I took a 2-week break. We still had videos, but I hadn't gone live for like 2 weeks. And, that's a big part of this for me right now is being able to go live and talk about how I feel, whether it's about toys or the world in general, or just, how I'm feeling about a certain subject, toy reveals, news, all that kind of stuff. I like to go live. I like to interact with my community and my fans. And that's the thing. If you get burnt out and you're just churning out videos left and right, people are going to see that stuff and people are going to stop showing up. And then you won't have those people to talk to. And that's not the case for everybody. Some people have a really dedicated fan base, but it's really good to have a schedule. Like for instance, I upload every Tuesday. I've always had a video on Tuesdays. And then I expanded from there I started doing just an upload when I got a new figure, every time I got a new figure. And even that, it's a lot because there's certain points where you just get figure after figure after figure and you get a pile. You're like, man, I got to burn through all these. And it becomes a chore. It becomes a job. And that's not like, it's good that I can make money, that I can do that kind of stuff. But this is not a job. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be enjoyable. It's supposed to be something that you get to do to shut off your mind. And that is what it was for me up until the last 2 months or so, I want to say, because I felt like I hit a wall. With the subscribers, with the view counts, with all that stuff. I wasn't getting pushed, whether it was the way I was doing my content, how YouTube was picking up my content, or the way people were responding to it. And I understand because I was just churning stuff out. I've started to take more time in the reviews that I do, put more effort into a single review, whether it's an older figure or a newer figure, it shouldn't matter. I should do the same amount of effort into one video that I put into another one. And that'll show when you see my Tuesday videos, which are generally older figures, not brand new stuff, and then the members first, which if you want to become a channel member, 99 cents, because we will be doing members only live streams here again pretty soon. But it's just a matter of consistency with your upload schedule and consistency with what you're putting out. So I wasn't feeling good about what I was putting out for a while. I had started doing this thing where I was putting in clips from movies and stuff that related to the review just to break it up, keep people interested, keep some jump cuts in there. And the view time went up, the watch time went up. But then YouTube was like, oh, we're going to copyright this one, not this one, not this one. And it's not like a strike, but it's like when I was going to get monetized, because I wasn't monetized at that point, I wouldn't be able to run ads on it. And I just recently had to go and chop down some of my other videos to get to that point where I could hit them to be monetized, just because how else am I going to buy figures at this point? I got to pay bills, I got to pay rent, all that kind of stuff. So the YouTube money is going to be my toy money. So that's how I'm going to get it. I've invested all my time and money into this that I can at this point. Now it's got to start giving back, and it has, which is great. So eventually when the ads start rolling in and all that stuff, I will be able to get more figures, but there's going to be less. I'm still going to have, my Tuesday videos. I'm going to grab an older figure one I haven't done recently. I'll even do some redos of older reviews just because I may not like that older video better. But it's good to know what you're doing. It's good to have a plan. I really want to do history of toy videos, and those are going to be a lot of work. So it's not something I can just sit down in one day and be like, okay, that's done. No, Riley, you can't do that. It's going to be something that is going to take time. I'm going to have to write a script. I'm going to have to get sources. I'm going to have to get video clips, interview clips, pictures, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to try to do, I'm not ripping anyone's style, but this is just a for instance of someone who does content that I'm trying to expand into is like, Secret Galaxy, Dan Larson does, an amazing job with that and just deep dives into older toy lines and older TV shows. And I just want to talk about the things that I like, not everything. He talks about everything. I just want to talk about Power Rangers Lightning Collection, how it could have gotten better, where it failed, where it started, all that kind of stuff. Marvel Legends, Toy Biz. I have my old Lord of the Rings Toy Biz figures. I need to get them all down, wash them off because they're so dusty, and get my clips and my commercials and all that stuff to put in the videos and make a solid long form documentary about these toy lines. Essentially, it's one of those things I want to do. And if I got burnout and if I just crashed out and was like, I can't do this anymore, I would never get there. So it's something I want to do. I'm not saying expect those anytime soon, but they are on my plate. They are something that I want to get to. And that's another thing. Don't put too much on your plate. Don't overextend yourself, and I'm all for supporting other creators, other channel creators, smaller, larger, whatever. You see that. I do the outreach. I'll be in the chats. And that's awesome. But don't overextend yourself. Put yourself first and what you want to accomplish first. Because people will get there, whether you are helping them or not. It's nice to be able to help other people. I'm not going to stop doing that. But going to every live stream and every chat and staying there the whole time and all this stuff, there's other things in life I got to do. I've got a girlfriend, I've got a job, all that kind of stuff. So when you put all of these things together, it leads to burnout. And I was burnt out. I had a little wall a few years back, but I didn't get burnt out, but I was burnt out. I essentially just parked it. I only did the videos I needed to keep my, 2 videos a week that I try to get up. And yeah, I took a break. I refocused. I did a 3-hour live stream yesterday, which would not have happened before. I would have been like, all right, it's been an hour and a half. I'm tired of it. But now that I've replenished the reserves, as it were, recharged the batteries, I can do stuff like that. I'm going to have a lot more interviews on the channel. I'm doing my best to grab creators a couple weeks in advance. So I have a plan. Like for instance, we have Toy Gains coming on in about 2 weeks. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to be on Alice and Troy Retro Toy Princesses coloring stream. But those are all planned. Those are things I have to set aside and get my schedule ready for and make sure I'm prepared for. And that's the main thing. If you're a channel creator and you have content that you want to put out, be prepared. Prepare yourself mentally, prepare yourself physically. When you're in that room recording, grab a water bottle. Take the time to slow down, because for me, I try to go fast sometimes, and I'll knock shit over and it'll frustrate me. And it's the same thing with putting things back on my shelf. I'm doing a video. I'm clumsy and it makes me mad. So just slow down. Take the 3 or 4 seconds to breathe, and then go from there. Because if it's not fun, then you're doing it wrong. And if you started this just to make money, and you're doing it wrong. It takes a long time to get monetization. Maybe not for everybody, but in general, it takes a while. It takes dedication. It takes patience. It takes persistence, and it takes a schedule. It takes you choosing an upload day, picking a live stream day, doing it, and making sure you get it done, but not at the sake of everything else. So you have to be prepared. You have to know what's coming up. And I know there's emergencies, there's things that pop up that we can't control, but within your realm of control, take the time to really think about how you want it to go, the things you want to hit in that video, the points you're trying to make, and get there. And don't worry about what other people are doing. That's another thing. A lot of people will look at other people's videos and be like, man, I'll never be as good as that. Now, listen, you're not going to start as good as somebody, but you'll get there eventually. And that's not everybody. This isn't everybody's thing. I've seen people that have been doing it for 3 years and they have 200, 300 subscribers. And that's because they don't adapt. They don't they don't really care, or they're just not putting enough of themselves in the video. Because if you go in here and you're like, here's this figure, it does this, this, and this, who's going to want to watch that? You may think that there's people that want to watch that, and there's a few. And those are the people that generally would do the same thing. And that's fine if you want to stay in that small niche community. But if you want to grow your channel, if you want to have growth and you want to see more people popping up and commenting and saying hi and saying they appreciate your work, you got to put the work in. You can't just overnight be an all-star editor, an all-star talker. You can't just automatically put your personality out there. If you go and watch my earlier videos, you can go back and watch them. I won't be too embarrassed. I didn't talk as much. I didn't let my emotions out as much. I would do the kind of thing I was talking about. And it has this, and this. Now I go off the chain a little bit, not off the chain, but off the plot a little bit. I'll talk about other things and I'll have to bring myself back, but that's okay because people like that about my channel. That's what they come to expect from me. So you've really got to find your own pace, your own way of doing things. And you've just got to keep doing it, but also be open to criticism. I'm not saying people that come on your channel say, I would do it this way. You suck. That's not criticism. That's not constructive criticism. That's just someone being a hater. But if someone is like, hey, I genuinely think that if you change the lighting this way, or if you move that back, or you fixed your sound, or anything, if it's something like that, take the time to be like, maybe I should go back and look and see what they're talking about. And a lot of times I'll go back in my own videos after I filmed them, edit them, and I'll be like, damn, this doesn't look good. I'm not happy with this. My maximum Spider-Man video was too dark. It was way too dark. I could not see, my camera wouldn't focus. But like, I wasn't happy with the video. And I felt like it could have done a lot better if I had just taken the time to work out the kinks with the lighting. So it's just an observation. Burnout does happen. You may not expect it to happen to you, but it can creep up really quick and you can be happy 1 second and the next you're like, what did I do all this for? So, it's just an observation. And I wanted to put it out there that take your time. Take your time growing the channel the way you want to do it. Take the time to improve what you're doing. Take the time to listen. Look at other creators. I'm not saying jack their style or whatever, but look at what other creators are doing and see if there's anything in that realm that you could do differently or better. Lighting was a big thing for me. Sound was a big thing for me. This also doesn't sound as good sitting here in front of my computer, but it's easier than doing the setup in the actual, because this is just a green screen back here. It's easier than doing this and recording this in my toy room in front of my toy shelf where I have to worry about where I'm sitting in the position and if I'm going to bump any toys over. This is just easier for me. And doesn't always look as good, but I'm comfortable. I'm able to sit here and talk. And that's what really matters. So I don't know. That's all I wanted to say. Don't get burnout. Pace yourself. Stick to a schedule. Be kind to your local LGBT community. Keep your head up. Stay brave. Be safe if you're protesting. Smash like. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Become a channel member if you want to. And we're doing some giveaways, so check those out. I love you all. I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah.
Just wait 1 minute. I'm watching this new Rowdy Rawls video and it's really awesome. I don't want to miss it.
It's like this chick that reviews action figures and it's really freaking cool.
Yes, I think they saw some videos and there's some really good contents out there,
She reviews the ponies and stuff because you knows I love ponies.
She doesn't review ponies. It's freaking cool stuff, Toki.